Good evening, everyone. I'm Gracie Brescher here at the History News Channel. Today's topic, the Black Death. Now, let's get into this. And, who cares about professionalism? The Black Death, or the bubonic plague, raged through Europe. At first, it wasn't perceived as much. Folks were told to breathe fresh air, stay away from the infected. Little did they know, this plague would take its dark hand and sweep the lives away from 1/3 of Europe's population. This tragic disease and its facts would eventually wiggle its way into the textbooks students use today. Students in history classes are often taught about how this plague affected Europe and its inhabitants. Instead of zooming in on specific details, students should be able to learn what disease the Black Death actually was, or areas it affected, or how it still affects the world today. Let's start with the basic facts and background information. This plague would creep its way into existence in the mid-1340s. Later, people would realize it was a pandemic. This is not to be confused with an epidemic. An epidemic is usually confined to a small region or country. A pandemic is more or less worldwide. An example of a recent pandemic is coronavirus, or COVID-19, which we have all lived through. The disease would be spread through fleas. The fleas originally got this disease from rats. The rats would be on ships traveling country to country and continent to continent. The fleas would jump their way onto humans and bite them, ultimately starting an international pandemic. Obviously, the place most people hear about is Europe. The continent seemed to be affected the most. Moving on to our first topic. What exactly was the Black Death? This is a pretty common question. Plague is an infectious disease caused by a specific type of bacterium called Yersinia pestis. Now, a bubonic plague is just one type of plague. It's called this because of buboes. Buboes are the swelling of lymph nodes. There are two other types of plagues, spasemic and pneumonic. When an infection goes all throughout the body, it is spasemic. When lungs are infected, it's pneumonic. So what other areas did the Black Death affect? This plague would also affect areas like China, England, and India. Many subsequent historians have assumed that the pandemic originated in Asia and ravaged China and India before reaching the West. So yes, it did in fact affect other areas. They just aren't talked about as much. Finally, does the Black Death still affect the world today? Short answer, yes. There are still cases seen today. They just aren't really that common. Over 80% of the United States plague cases have been the bubonic form. Now, is this necessarily the Black Death? Not necessarily, but it's the same type of plague. That concludes tonight's episode of the History News Channel. I'm Gracie Brescher, signing off. Thank you, and good night. Hi, I'm Gracie Brescher, and welcome back to the History News Channel. Today's topic... I needed Ren. Collect thyself. Like, I'm not. Like, the Black Death. This is supposed to be discreet, too. Good evening. Right. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, Oh my freaking god. Learn. Salut! Comment tu ça va? Bien. Et toi? Learn English. The History News Channel. Erica, shut up. Final take. Otherwise, I'm progressively getting worse. I'm gonna crash out. I worded this so weird. Let's start with the. An epidemic is confined to a small region or country. Just jump. I just want to clarify. If you notice this poster in the back, it's GTA. Just. There's nothing showing. It's just. If I'm gonna be blunt, hot women in crop tops, but. Hello? Is it me you're looking for? There's no from. Now, is this necessarily the bubonic plague? No, the Black Death.